roughly in the actual timeline when it takes place, so this is the right time to be doing this. Just because I always like to call out when side story stuff was released and when it happens. So I think this was after beating the Warriors of Darkness, but probably before some of the stuff we just went through. I'll probably just solo the fight real quick since we did the fight already. But the other ones we'll do properly so you can see them a little bit more. My thanks for coming. No worries, it's been a while and we've gone through a lot of stuff. I mean the refresher is probably good. My intention was to try to do it all back to back, but when I realized that it was happened after all the Warriors of Darkness stuff, I didn't want to potentially spoil something since we weren't there yet. Unu Kalhai is my name, and I serve a friend. I sought you out that I might alert you to the rising threat of the beings known as icons. You are aware of the threat, you say? Ah. But I speak not of the primals, with which you are exceedingly well acquainted. It may interest you to know that the term icon, and the beings to which it refers, precede the Garlean Empire by eras. You see, it is the name by which the Alligans called godlike beings, the dark divinity Odin among them, and the Garleans who seek to emulate the glory of ancient Allag have simply availed themselves of it. Pray permit me to continue the tale. Ah, Urianger, how kind of you to join us. As the Warrior of Light's comrade, my participation is but to be expected. After all, the matter doth pertain to the very fate of this star. The icons of Eld. In the distant past, these mighty beings did offer fierce resistance to the Allagan Empire. However, they eventually fell to the Man of Allag, who devised the means by which to capture them. And it did not end with capture, as you well know, for the Allagans also learned how to harness the Icon's power. They refined this knowledge at the Etherochemical Research Facility on Azisla, and within the centrifugal crystal engine, they sealed 3 of the beings. The Warring Triad. 'Twas first and foremost to acquire the infinite power of the Warring Triad that the Archbishop did seek Azisla. But in the wake of his defeat, the bindings which confined the icons were severely damaged. Doubt not, but that they will fail completely ere long. Know that we do not condemn you for striking down the Archbishop. You were simply fulfilling your destiny. And yet, were the Warring Triad to be released into the world, unimaginable destruction would ensue. Take heart, for there is still hope. Through swift action we may yet prevent their awakening and see them resealed. But in dealing with this new threat, our first step must be to contend with the old. 2 savage gods are returned, I fear, summoned once more by their worshippers, and at a strength far surpassing their previous incarnations. I speak of the primals Ravana and Bismarck. If left unchecked, they will inevitably seek to seize the power of the Warring Triad. This will serve to feed the confluence of chaos and hasten the Icon's awakening. To wit, we must needs vanquish both their kinds. I pray thee, however, to first focus thy gaze upon the primals, ere we turn our attention to those icons in their fitful slumber. I shall return to the waking sands forthwith, and consider such measures as are available to us. Meanwhile, I bid thee attend to the task of eliminating the primals. Young Unu Kalhai shall assist thee. Rest assured, he is not our enemy. For the time being, at least. That's so true. The time has come, Warrior of Light. We must move against the warring Triad now or suffer the consequences. The seal is cracked. The icons stir. Should they be allowed to awaken and resume their titanic conflict, it will be alike to the coming of a second calamity. You, Celestia, represent our best hope of eliminating this threat. That said, the very act of entering the containment facility itself presents certain unique challenges. So unique, in fact, that I struggled to locate an individual with the requisite talents to surmount them. Were it not for the impressively diverse connection of your fellow scions, I might still be searching. Happily, however, they were able to furnish me with a suitable candidate. Now, along with you and your echo-blessed companions, all the pieces we need to proceed with this deadly game are arrayed upon the board. Victory hinges upon no less than the total destruction of the warring Triad. But we must also wear the interference of those who covet the Allagan's primal harnessing technology. I speak, of course, of the blindingly grasping hand of the Garlean Empire and its fumbling agents. The ignorant meddling of the Empire will serve only to hasten the Icon's awakening, and it is my master's desire that the Triad be dispatched before Imperial forces delve too deeply. Being the nearest to wakefulness, the Icon Sephiroth shall be your first adversary. Make your preparations and join me on the flagship in Azazla. We shall speak further there. Sephiroth. Stephanie. Okay. It's Stephanie. It's also, there's a Final Fantasy VII Sephiroth, right? It's been a while since we've been here. Three statues. Very interesting. Almost like a triad. This is the place, Warrior of Light. Here we will find the containment facility wherein entities of incalculable power lie chained, their fathomless energies siphoned away by Allagan devices. As I warned you, Sephiroth poses the most immediate threat. His dreaming mind drifts perilously close to consciousness, thus must his destruction be our first concern. Your fellow scions will be joining us anon, accompanied by the uniquely talented individual of whom I spoke. From what I gather, the two of you are already well acquainted. Let us continue inside and wait before the doors to the containment facility. Yes, Tola and Cryo. Not been waiting long, I trust. We are eager to lend whatever cooperation we may to your mission, Celestia. It is an honor to meet you at last. As I know of only one Makote Scion, you must be Archon Y'shtola, meaning your diminutive companion is Mistress Cryo of the students of Baldessian. Correct? Diminutive. Perhaps there's been some mistake. I assumed it was for my knowledge and not my stature that you requested my assistance. Ahem. The mistake is mine. My apologies if I have given offense. Mayhap it would be best if we proceeded directly to the matter of our objectives. Just remember that one part. Cryo being called diminutive. Your adversary is the icon Sephiroth of the Warring Triad, otherwise known by the historians of Alag as the Fiend. He was once the patron deity to a tribe of tree-like beings native to Mericidia, who was subdued by the Allegan Empire after a lengthy war of attrition. After his defeat, he was imprisoned for use as a source of power. Even now, Sephiroth is neither truly living nor dead, his mind bound in a dream while his body's energies are harnessed by Allegan technologies. The explanation for his failure to dissipate into aether lies in his restraints. These ingenious devices serve not only to bind him, but to continuously regenerate his corporeal form. Meaning it will be all but impossible to banish him while said restraints are in place, yes? Remove them, however, and we risk allowing an unfathomably powerful and doubtless vengeful icon to run rampant. It seems we have no choice but to divide our forces. One team must locate the controls to Sephiroth's shackles and disable them, while the other stands ready to destroy him the moment of his awakening. A most succinct assessment, Mistress Cryo. While I was aware that the Echo provided you with uncanny insight, I did not expect you to intuit the core of my strategy quite so swiftly. Ha! If only my gift offered such detailed analysis, which is to say, it doesn't. I merely took it upon myself to learn as much about the Triad's imprisonment as I could before coming here. It will be Celestia and I, after all, who enter the Icon's den. Indeed, given the nature of our adversary, none save those under the aegis of the Echo should be permitted to enter the containment facility. The risk of primal influence is too great. Well, that's that settled then. I will disable the restraints, and Celestia and her gifted adventurer friends will welcome Sephiroth back into the waking world. Better that than the other way around, I'd say, considering our respective fields of expertise. And, of course, my diminutive stature. Right, it's time I had a little chat with the doorkeeper over there. Cryo is savage. She does not forget anything. Activating verification systems, lifting access restriction to Triad control. I had no idea the Baldessian curriculum was so comprehensive. When we locate the controls for Sephiroth's restraints, shall gladly leave their operation to you. When we locate the controls, mayhaps my words were unclear. Only those blessed with the Echo may safely enter the facility. Your concern for my sanity is touching, but unnecessary. Suffice it to say, I am in no danger of falling under the Icon's sway. Beep boop. Warning! Verification systems detect multiple unauthorized vessels entering restricted airspace. Security systems engaging intruders. The Garleans. Come, Urianger. We must keep the Imperials occupied. We should be on our way. Gods. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't slightly terrified. But I can't very well leave every deadly task to you scions. According to the history, Sephiroth was immense in both size and strength, mighty enough to rout even the implacable armies of the Allegans, and that more than once. To cut a long story short, we have to get this right. I shall do my best not to wake the Icon up too much. As my grandfather always used to say of certain little monsters, get them up and get them moving while their brains are still abed. Containment Bay S1T7 now accessible. Let's fight Sephiroth! Cryo is just like the star of all the post-Heavensward stuff. No, this is unfortunately not Sephiroth. It's very sad. Okay, apparently we're starting at 20, so we still have 20 minutes. So we'll definitely get caught up to where we were, maybe get a little bit further. Hey Luna, how you doing, baby?
Disabling Sephiroth's restraints now. Good luck.
I would love to have a proper Sephiroth fight, like the FF7 Sephiroth, in this game. Yeah, very different, unfortunately. Do we win? Oh. It's not over. Oh no. This is a good song. The only bad part about doing this song, or doing this fight abbreviated. I just want to hear this song play more. I have it on my playlist, so it's probably come on stream before. We'll hear it again. But yeah, that is Sephiroth's theme. Alright. Another song I was talking about is the second in the Warring Triad. Or the one sorry, that was really big. The one that I was talking about yesterday, that Willow was asking. The one you were asking about was if it was near music, and then Willow was talking about. So we're about to hear that one too. Which is one reason I wanted to come back and finish this. Because all three of the boss themes are really good. So at least you know roughly where they come from. You did it! I've seen you in action before, but never against anything that big. My legs kept telling me to run, but I just couldn't tear myself away. I don't think I blinked once during the whole battle. Haha. A hero tried and true. If only I had possessed such strength. Oh, why does he have a mask? It's so mysterious. Stola, this is Cryo. Icon eliminated. Oh, if only you could have seen it. Celestia gave Sephiroth the mother of all rude awakenings. And your distraction was perfect. We encountered not a single Imperial soldier. Yes. Understood. Let's swap tails at the Rising Stones, then. On our path to the control chamber, we discovered a number of dormant thralls. It would seem the machines that preserve their forms also hold them in a state of torpor. We need not fear them summoning their deity anew. In short, our work here is done. For the present, at least. Let's go home, shall we? I feel like he is related. I do like the outfit. I do feel like he must be connected to the Ascians in some way. This is also when Urianger was working with the Ascians, and they knew each other, which is a little suspicious to me. So this definitely stinks of Ascian involvement. Yeah, Elidibus is white. And Urianger did say he was an ally for now, which is also suspicious. But I think that was the Ascian he was working with, so maybe, I don't know. Yeah, that's just my initial read of things. Your senses are sharp, young one. I am Regular Van Hydrus, Legatus of the 6th Legion. It would seem that damnable woman and her accomplice have led me a merry dance through the thickest of this infernal island's defenses. To think that I pursued them. Huh. I shall withdraw for now, my lesson learnt. I doubt it. You Garleans never learn. You covet the means to enslave primals, but in your headlong dash to control that which you do not understand, you show less wisdom than the very beast tribes that summon them. Yeah, enemy of my enemy and all that. Something. I have no interest in crossing blades with children. Live, grow strong, and mayhap one day you will warrant my attention. Who is this kid? I looked back and you weren't there. Did something happen? Not of consequence. I mistook a shadow for a man. Just what are you hiding beneath that mask of yours? A longing for hope? An appetite for power? A lingering sense of regret? Do I detect a desire to test your strength against a certain hero? Is that what your gifts tell you? No, those were just wild guesses. But I wonder if some few of my words didn't strike close to the mark. Or mayhap more than a few. Be at ease, Unokahai. I have no supernatural ability to read minds. The echo simply allows me to comprehend, regardless of language, that which a fellow being would have me know. You need not mask your heart as you do your countenance. That was a performance, then? A ruse to uncover my true nature? I see I shall have to keep my wits about me. And back we go. Dude, Does seem very much like a mini Elidibus. Like, no idea what his motives are. Playing like all the angles. Hi, Tataru. Bye, Tataru. So, Warrior of Light, how did it feel to strike down so great a foe? You must tell me more of the experience once our meeting with your colleagues is concluded. Uh-huh. Through thine all-surpassing skill at arms do we now take our first step in ridding the star of the warring Triad's baleful presence, and in such wise do we lessen the burden bequeathed unto us by the vainglory of Allag. Know, however, that the two icons which remain are thought equal in might to Sephiroth, and may yet exceed him. Ere thou proceed, I would counsel thee to marshal thy strength, and give careful thought to thy preparation. Assuming the Garleans afford us the luxury of time, even now they grasp for the means to dominate primals, blind to the technology's potential for calamity. My master taught me that the entity known as Sephiroth was the world's first sacred tree, elevated to godhood by the belief of its worshippers. There is no power more fearsome than that born of unconditional faith and unbending ideal. 'Tis plain your master found in you a willing student. Tell me, was it he who taught you of Allagan's technology's potential for calamity? Or are those your own words? 'Twas but a figure of speech, nothing more. When last we met, I thought I caught a glimpse of the boy behind the mask. But it would seem your defenses are firmly back in place. Must you persist with this infuriating veil of secrecy? I, for one, would very much like to know who this master of yours is, amongst other things. As long as our purposes align, what matter my affiliation? It matters a great deal. I do not ask out of idle curiosity. If we are to fight as comrades, we need to be able to trust each other. On which note, I should apologize for my earlier trickery. It was merely an attempt to get to the heart of an enigmatic companion. Truth be told, I was rather glad to see you reacted as you did. No person of your age has any business being calm and aloof all of the time, much as you might wish to be. Anyway, we'd best be off. Do send word if there's any further developments. Goodbye. It's definitely not ideal. Sometimes you have to make compromises. A companion now, am I? Alright, so that's where we left off, so we're fully caught up. So that was a good refresher. So yeah, that was a lot to try to remember for like 5 months or however long it's been. So we'll see how far we can get in 6 minutes, but I'm glad we at least got to where we were. I am troubled, Warrior of Light. The 6th Legion will not soon surrender its pursuit of Allagan technology. While it is true that the 6th suffered heavy losses in attempting to breach Azasla's defenses, the Legion is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Left to his own devices, it will not be long before the Legatus moves to... Hello? Pray, excuse the interruption, but a call to this link pearl can only come from one of your fellow scions. Arcania Stola? What news? And you are quite certain they have broken through? Yes, of course. We shall leave immediately. It would seem the thing I feared most has come to pass. The Garleans have succeeded in dispelling the barrier Urianger placed upon the entrance to the research facility. We must intercept and destroy them before they acquire the means to control primal entities. Archon Ystrola requests that we assemble at the scene of the intrusion. Pray depart at once. I will join you when I have informed the other scions of this development. Yeah, just calling tonight. Okay, maybe we can unlock the fight. Assuming not everyone is on time. I do not see everyone online yet. And Party Finder is not up yet. Bum 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 bum. Dude. Luna is so cute right now. I would show you, but I'm 99% sure if I tried to, she would move. But she has her head draped over my hand and then her paws like stretched out. Like she's trying to give a high five. It's really cute. Also, yeah, this entire zone is kind of insane. I see we are the first to arrive. No matter. Your colleagues should be here and on. They were wise indeed to keep this area under surveillance. Had the Garleans slipped by unnoticed, I dare not think of the consequences. Archon Ystrola has set forth for Azys law when it became apparent that the Legatus was attempting to breach the barrier, and arrived to find that he had succeeded. We must hope that he is yet to find his prize. Everyone's back! Well met, Unukalhai, and thank you for answering my summons so swiftly, Celestia. We shall all be glad of your presence should we meet with the 6th Legion, as seems all but certain. As you may be aware, this facility houses some of Alag's most advanced technology. Accordingly, Urianger sought to deny the Empire easy ingress by weaving a ward of singular potency. Not singular enough, it would seem. I would be surprised if the Legatus had not reached the core laboratories already. 'Tis passing strange. I wove the ward in accordance with the most closely guarded teachings of the Archmages of Sharlayan. Naught was left to chance. Naught. 'Tis well known that the children of Garlemald have no talent for arcane manipulation, nor hath the Empire more than a cursory knowledge of sorcery. That they should succeed in unraveling so complex a skein of magecraft, and with such a surpassing swiftness, 'tis passing strange. That it is, Urianger, but 'tis a mystery for another day. Archon Ystrola has the right of it. Before all else, we must move to safeguard the knowledge which enabled the Alligans to harness primal energies. Of particular concern is the Genesis expression, an etherochemical formula that allowed the scholars of yore to create substance from nothingness. I know of no such formula. Whence came you by this information? From your enigmatic master, perchance? He did furnish me with that morsel, yes. And knowing exactly which prize the Legatus now seeks enabled us to predict his position. Do you not see? We have been gifted the perfect opportunity to remove the head of an entire legion. I didn't think you quite so bloodthirsty, Unukalhai. Surely safeguarding secrets should take precedence over slaying Legatuses. Kyle's sentiments reflect my own. Yet the two objectives need not be mutually exclusive. What say you, Urianger? Urianger? Forgive me. My thoughts were bound up in idle imaginings. In answer to thy question, milady, I am content to be led by thee in this matter. Cryo doing her magic. Apparently she's a tech genius in addition to a scholar. Right, I've enabled the facility's teleporters. Shall we? Cryo getting more stuff done than the Warrior of Light. You dwell on the matter of the barrier? I do, verily. 'Twas a warding spell of labyrinthine intricacy, the brainchild of the head of the students of Baldessian himself. Even the most learned Archon would require some several moons to disentangle such an enchantment. To do so in mere bells would require some pre-eternal power akin to the very echo itself. Very odd.